94th minute equaliser. Well, talk me through it. How did you feel when it went in the back of the net?
Yeah, obviously delighted. I think to get something out of a game where we didn't play particularly well, you can see it probably more as a point gained rather than sort of two lost. But yeah, obviously personally delighted it went in and managed to get it in a good area the keeper couldn't reach from quite a way out. So obviously delighted with that.
It felt like an afternoon of real frustration here at Meadow Lane. That certainly felt like the vibe at full time. I wonder what it is inside the changing room. How are the players feeling?
Obviously frustrated. I think it's a game we'd hoped to be winning, and especially at this sort of time in the season when we're sort of pushing for playoffs and automatic. So I think it's not particularly a result that helps us towards that, but I think luckily other teams around us sort of didn't manage to capitalise on us not winning. So yeah, obviously it's frustrating at the minute. I think the performance wasn't at our normal standard, but yeah, as I said, we can sort of see it as a point gained rather than sort of two lost.
Do you think that is the case? Do you think that is, even because of the nature of the equaliser in the 94th minute, I can see why you'd say it's a point gain, but given against the opposition that you were playing against today and given the tough run of fixtures that you've got coming up over the next few weeks, do you think it is a point gained rather than two dropped?
Yeah, the performance wasn't there, I think, and obviously when you don't perform that well, you can't really expect to win games. I think we had chances in the first half to maybe score a few and put us in a better position going into half time, but didn't capitalise on them. And then it was quite an even and open game. I think Yeovil towards the end of the game had chances as well. So yeah, obviously it's frustrating, and we couldn't get the win, but hopefully it can keep us in amongst it and we can keep pushing for a successful season.
Did you have to reintroduce yourself to some of your teammates at the back out there today? I think it was the first time that Dion's played since November, first league game for Connell since November, and your first time out there since, I think, early February. So it was a bit cobbled together. How did you find it?
Yeah, obviously we've been at the club many years together, so we're all good mates. But to play in a league game with them, it's been quite a while. I remember when I first joined, it was sort of myself and Connell and Dion in the back four. But yeah, obviously it's obviously when you're out of the team, it can be frustrating. But I think it proved today that obviously we're going to need the squad, and we've got a lot of Saturday, Tuesdays coming up. So when you go in, you've got to hopefully take your chances and get a positive result.
How did you think the three of you did out there today?
Well, I say it's never nice as a defender to come on when there's an injury. So obviously it's not an ideal situation. It's always easier, I think, to start and work your way into the game that way. So I think personally myself, obviously it's sort of going from the bench to straight in, and I just managed to play relatively safe. I think not take too many chances. I think the game sort of called for a bit more of a physical thing, and it's difficult to really control the ball on this sort of surface. So I think I think myself I can be. Obviously, apart from the goal, can be pleased with at least getting something that helps the team to get a draw. Connell and Dion, after being out for so long, they've been working hard in training, and to both of them to come back and play, I think they did very well.
We've seen a number of players this season really have to be patient and bide their time, be sitting up in the row in front of the press box at the back of the stadium there, and I just wonder how difficult that is to do, whilst also not getting too frustrated.
Yeah, obviously, it can be disappointing to not be involved and not be playing. We've got a very big squad, and I think we've got quite a good squad. So you've got players who are quality players who aren't making the bench, and they're being left out. So I think it obviously shows we've got great depth that can hopefully help us in the Saturday, Tuesdays. But yeah, it can be frustrating, but you just got to make sure you're ready for when you get put in by the gaffer. You have got in this squad a lot of quality, and so I just wonder whether or not you think that the squad is underachieving currently, being 7th in the table, and whether or not collectively you feel like you should be higher. Yeah, I think the squad we have is that one should be challenging for the top. Obviously we've had a few games cancelled and it's been tough to get momentum, and then now we're playing Saturday, Tuesday for however long. So I don't think the schedule sort of helped us in that respect. I think obviously we're a couple of games behind people, and the points per game would put us a bit higher on the table. But I think we should probably be a little bit higher than as we are. But obviously it's frustrating at the minute, but we've just got to make sure performance is there, and then hopefully results will come as part of it.
How tough of a run is this just finally coming up now? Obviously Solihull Moors on Tuesday under Neil Ardley, who you'll know very well, Mark Ellis in the team as well, who you'll know very well. I just wonder how difficult of a run this is going to be over the next few weeks, and how much it will make or break, but ultimately have a say in where Notts do finish this season.
Yeah, absolutely have a say. As the run into the end of the season sort of comes, you sort of figure out where you are, and the next month is going to be playing a lot of the top teams. So, but I think really we've done well previously against the top teams, and especially earlier in the season. So, I think this run obviously will hopefully propel us on to making a successful season and trying to finish as high as we can.